So what's going on, everybody? We're back with another series of podcasts for the Legion podcast. As you guys may have noticed, the skinny Teddy O'Reilly, known as McLeod, is not with us today. We do have our boy Pierce in the house. Pierce, if you want to introduce yourself.
What's good? My name's Pierce. I've been kicking back with Jay and KO since a youngin'. I think I was 16. Yeah, so here I am.
Originally, where we worked before, Pierce worked there at one point with us, and but now Pierce works at Brooks Brothers. I don't know. Yeah, we could say that, right? Yeah, Pierce works at Brooks Brothers. He be fitting motherfuckers for suits that are real expensive. If you guys are ever looking for a good suit and you're in the Ann Arbor area, you should holler at him.
Hit me up, fam.
Yeah, or you can stop by Legion. I can get you his card, whatever. But so yeah, and then for the first time on camera, not just fucking doing retarded shit, is we have Jay. We have Julius over here. He's actually one of the owners of Legion. But yeah, we have him on camera. He's gonna try and chat and fucking talk about some of the shit that we're gonna talk about. So we're gonna go through a bunch of things today, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Jay, do you have anything else to say about yourself?
Yeah, I'm Jay.
Shouts out B minor.
Yeah, right?
Shouts out to my dog, B minor.
Yeah, dog. Yeah. Let's not talk about that. He was my dog, right?
So Jay's gonna be a little awkward because he for whatever reason, since there's like nobody else in here besides us, he's still nervous to be on camera. So I guess just you guys are just gonna have to deal with it, or fucking write a comment and tell him how dumb that is below. So earlier this week there was a study. I don't know who the fuck did the study. I probably should have done more research before we brought this up. But somebody did a study and they said that the majority of teens, the one brand that they choose over all other brands is Nike. So I think one of the first things that we kind of wanted to touch on is what we think about that and what we think of brand loyalty. Now, when it comes to brand loyalty, I feel like the three people that are here right now, I feel like we all have loyalties to certain brands. For me, for instance, I'm not really going to speak on it for anybody else on the matter, but like for me, there's just certain designers and certain people that I will pretty much follow them wherever they go. And even if they put out something stupid, like they could still never, in the whole bigger picture of things, fuck things up. So yeah, so
Who would
like,
that be?
it would be Edie from Saint Laurent.
Mm-hmm.
Before it was with Dior,
Right.
and it would be Raf. Like those two can never fucking do any wrong.
What about you?
Well, I think talking about designers, like next level brand loyalty. I mean, you know, what if you liked Balenciaga a lot before Alexander Wang went there?
I did like Balenciaga a lot before Alexander Wang went there. Now, like I feel like he just kind of bastardized the whole thing. But I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's definitely like a heightened. It's more about the culture after you start thinking about who's in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for a long time there, I was really into Supreme, and I mean, you don't really hear a whole lot about who's like making moves over there. No one really wants that job of like creative directing Supreme. One, because it's becoming like really popularized like amongst the youth, but yeah, I mean, I can think back to like when I thought like the hundreds was the shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, now it's more, I've got like pretty solid concentration on Japanese brands.
Yeah.
Just from the construction, like the effort they put in, it's just, it's hard to even compare a lot of things side by side.
Well, I've always talked about like, you know, like the younger kids or whatever. Like, yeah, I don't wear like the brands that I used to wear, but there's still some brands that I still wear. But like, just because I don't wear it, that doesn't mean I don't respect the people that started it.
Yeah, I mean, I think anybody that kind of came up in like the same years that we did, like, everybody kind of went through like a cycle of you know, like there is A Life, there's even like Fresh Drive and like Leroy Jenkins at some point.
Fresh Drive was the shit.
Right.
Yep.
And then like you got into brands that were like Diamond and like the Hundreds, right? And even though like I don't really wear any of those brands anymore, like I still respect those brands. Like they're still OGs to me. It's just kind of like my style has like evolved and changed, but I still respect those people. So I guess like I'm loyal to the brand in a sense of just having respect for them, but actually wearing them, I really just don't do it. You know, like I don't know. I'm at the point in my life where like it's just not acceptable to wear cartoon bombs on my shirt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, keeping that
Like-
appreciation is important. Like you're saying, you know, like if you like were about something for such a long period of time, to like discount it, like going forward, you're discounting yourself and your own like judgment. So I think you know, as few like brands as possible that like you've enjoyed throughout, it's like best to not like at least like completely disband like that part of your thinking, because at one point it was what you wanted.
Well, yeah, I mean, in a sense, it's kind of like those are the things that help to define who you are now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Definitely.
the aesthetics and the way that you like look and wear things now is all based on the evolution of where it came from. So like, yeah, I feel like you always do have to have respect for those brands. There are some brands though that I used to mess with before that I don't mess with now, just because on any type of level is just because like they just did shady shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Totally.
they were just doing garbage things, and I just didn't agree with their focus and like how much they respected their customers. So like I don't respect them. I don't wear them. I don't even like to talk about them really. You know. As far as my gripes with like Alexander Wang and Balenciaga, like don't get me wrong. Alexander Wang has done some like really shady shit with like sweatshops. Like he's Chinese too. And it was like sweatshops in China, and that there was like a big controversy over that a long time ago. But that's not my big gripe with him. My big gripe with him being at Balenciaga is like I just don't think that he was a good fit. I feel like Balenciaga hired him because he was hot. His name was hot. He has a lot of celebrity friends.
The hype was
You know,
on him. That
yeah, and that's
Yeah.
why they did it. And I don't think that they did it because he was the best designer that they could get. Because before he was at Balenciaga, all he was doing is he was just designing pretty much basics, basic
Yeah.
tees, basic fleece. It was nice stuff. It is nice stuff. His basic tee is like kind of legendary. It's kind of like everybody's still has like, you know, anybody that does have a piece of Alexander Wang has the basic tee or the basic fleece or the hoodie. You know what I'm saying?
Or the H&M for Alexander Wang.
Oh my god, I can't. When I see people with that H&M Alexander
Says
Wang
Wang.
shit, it makes me fuck.
Wang.
First of all, if you're a guy and you just have a bunch of clothes that say Wang on it, that's a little sweet, you know? Not that there's anything wrong with
Sweet
that.
as fuck.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I don't think that that's sweet to be walking around with Wang on, like the beanies. It's
Yeah,
like,
the funniest part is the beanies are like
you
the
gotta,
hats.
like,
Yeah.
you're just walking into a joke. Like you got a Wang on your forehead, dude. Like, do you know? But it's not just that. It's just like the only people that I see with it on are people that aren't even into anything. It's just like people that listen to the radio and listen to rap music, heard Alexander Wang, knew that it was being sold as a collaboration to H&M, and bought the cheaper version. Do you know what I'm saying? And I see it all the time, and I think I don't know, I'm not with it.
I mean,
Yeah.
you got the Philip Lim Target collab though, didn't you?
I did, but that's just because I hold it down for Philip Lim.
Okay, another thing, like, you know, brand loyalty again, you know, I already said you like.
And there wasn't Philip Lim written all over it.
Yeah, it was like legitimately,
Yeah.
it looked like Philip Lim, except maybe the shoes.
Yeah.
But I think taking it back to Nike,
Yeah, the original topic.
a lot of people don't really look too much further. I mean, if you look just a little harder, you'd see that Adidas just like runs circles around them. And
Technology-wise, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Even aesthetics now.
Yeah, and just
Yeah.
respect. I mean, you know, they got like every different designer working for them. I mean, at least
Right.
at one point. I mean, consistently too. I mean, with Raph and Rick, I mean, just as
Yeah.
like the two, like, you know.
Well, the guy that handles all like the celebrity connections and all that stuff, Ross Wexler.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's his name.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, right?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, but he has been building those relationships with those celebrities for fucking years. Because I've been following him for a long time on like Instagram and on Twitter, just because like he was like that guy that was always like dropping sneak peeks and talking about upcoming collabs, and so he's been building those relationships for a long time, and it just I feel like the market had gotten so flooded with Nike stuff that it was a bubble and it had to burst eventually, you know, and when it burst, he just was in there. You know, he made the right connections with the right artists that were going to promote his shit and that are looking for things. Like, the thing with Nike is that Nike gets a lot of people that, when it comes to, like, celebrities and music artists, they wait until that person is big before they do anything with them, right? They're not really willing to, like, work with an up-and-coming artist that might have potential.
Yeah, there's no forecasting.
Right. Their big thing is, like, working with athletic people, right? But the whole thing is, like, athletic people don't coincide with dressing well.
I was gonna say about Nike sportswear, you know, they take things like jogger pants, and like they make them pretty nice. Don't get me wrong, like, I fuck with them, sure, but like that's what is popular enough to like bring in, like maybe they're geniuses for like having like teens being able to say that, because you know, attacking like certain points like that is maybe what's going to build brand loyalty. But like it's like I said, if you don't look much further, then you know Nike's pretty great. I've been to Nike Town in San Francisco, and it was really impressive. Like their whole like layout, like everything about the store, I actually enjoyed. Besides not really being like into basketball, soccer, all that. I don't run. I was like built for the water, so I kind of skipped over all that. Anyway, I went to Adidas in New York, and then I walked in like the ground level, and it looked like goddamn like Marshalls.
Yeah.
Like it was like really disordered and like
It's like all white.
Exactly, but
Yeah.
they like tuck these really exclusive like stores, like like Adidas Originals, like somewhere in like the aesthetic, and there's gonna be like totally flipped. And again, it's like people who are looking for that sort of thing like get to appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think the reason why so many teens though are like for Nike is just because they don't know any better.
Don't you think it's
most of these teams are like the post 2012 Concord teams.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So like the last couple of years they've just been fed this whole like Jordan and Nike run everything. How many times like when there's a big sneaker release, like you just see on Instagram, it's just flooded with fuckboys.
And with like Jordans.
Remember when breads came out and everybody just like took pictures of themselves and used breads like
like the bread. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
yo. Like, if you fucking did that, you should fucking feel silly about it, or you should just like never do anything like that again, because that's fucking lame as fuck.
They didn't even know where the word bread came from.
Yeah, when the Kicks on Fire did the interview or whatever with people on the street.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the thing, like teens just don't know any better. It's like Nike has branded themselves as being such like the in thing, and with like their big with the big athletes, that kids kind of just gravitate towards that because they're like, oh, I like LeBron, right? Even though like most kids don't know anything about LeBron's stats, because LeBron is like, he's a good basketball player, but I wouldn't consider him a top.
Yeah, but he's LeBron, just like Nike's Nike.
Yeah, that's what it is. So kids will be like, oh, I need those new LeBrons. Or, like you have kids that don't know anything about fashion, don't know anything about shoes, but they know Nike, regardless. So I feel like that's why they would do that. Like right now, like in our world, I feel like Adidas is doing huge things, right? And Adidas is big to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you go to some of these small podunk towns, and they don't know about what's going on with Adidas, so they're automatically going to be like, oh, Nike.
Yeah.
It's always going to be Nike. There's a Nike fucking factory store in every fucking state in the United States of America.
I think it's the availability also. That's probably what it is, right?
Yeah. I mean, when you go to a fucking Foot Locker or whatever, right, the
There's
majority
more
of the
Nikes.
stuff is Nike and Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I guarantee you, if you were to snapshot some of these kids that they fucking gave this questionnaire to, I guarantee you most of those kids have Team Jordan.
Oh yeah.
I guarantee you. And that just is a clear indication that you just have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
I mean,
For sure.
I was in last semester in my one class, and I'm taking like a marketing classes, right, stuff like that. So this,
He's trying to name drop fucking classes. So
yeah.
he gets something smart.
What's up?
Come up.
Yeah. So anyway,
just taking marketing class,
Yeah.
like 400 marketing level classes, whatever.
anyway, like our instructor was like, the topic was brand loyalty, and this guy was like, yeah, I don't wear nothing but like Jordans when it comes to like shoes and like t-shirts and stuff like that. So I was like looking at this
You go
kid,
to
right?
Eastern now.
Yeah. No, but listen, I looked at this dude's outfit, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, you're not even wearing Jordan.
Yeah.
Not even a Team Jordan. You're wearing like, it's not even Air Force Ones. Like Air Force Ones are coming back, or they've been back, but like, you got like this weak ass fucking
Well, it's 'cause-
monarch looking fucking Nike. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yo, don't talk shit about the Monarchs. bro.
I know.
I thought that was a cool movement that was going on.
hey, nothing against Tem Monarch though. We good.
But yeah, like that's what I'm saying though. Like people, they just see what they browse through like fucking Facebook feeds and fucking
Oh.
social media feeds, and people just say Jordan, say Nike. Oh, did you catch that Nike release? You know what I'm saying? How many people on Saturdays after a Nike drop are on fucking Twitter just talking shit about how they didn't get the shoes? So when kids see that, they're like, oh, well, that must be a big deal. So I'm just gonna jump in with these people because I have no idea who I am.
Yeah, like before the Supreme foams came out, they were supposed to
Yeah.
resell for like $1,100, like just from the, like from the start, like as a starting point. No one has the shoes yet, But like after someone's gonna buy them for $250, that they're gonna sell,
I actually bought the Supreme phones and I liked them, but then after I got them, I literally was like, what the fuck? When would I ever wear these things?
With that fucking pattern.
I was like, I would never fucking wear these things. So I ended up fucking selling them. I got double of what I paid for them. Not that I asked, I started the auction off at what I paid for them, but it just grew to that. But the whole thing is like, I was just like, I don't know, man, this doesn't really fit my aesthetic. I liked it though.
Yeah.
You think Supreme's allowed to work with Adidas?
Probably not.
No.
Probably because they built such a fucking.
I mean, there's so much
long
Nike that
relationship.
they get pumped out.
Well, I mean, at one point, Kanye and John from APC were not going to collab again, and it was because of Nike. It was because John had a relationship with Nike. Like APC always puts out Nikes,
Mm-hmm.
right? When it comes to sneakers, most of the time.
Yeah.
So John said in an interview, he was like, "Look, like, Kanye is with Adidas and he's doing his own thing now, and we're like doing our own thing, and this and that." But they did announce after one of the Kanye interviews that they were going to do another collab. So who knows? I don't know. I'm going to have to think that with any type of relationship like that, there's major stipulations, and if you can't work around that, then no, then you wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
You know?
Brand loyalty, just like as an idea.
Like I'm sure if Nike was to go to like Undefeated, they would still do a thing with them, even though Undefeated is constantly dropping Adidas collabs. But I'm sure though
But they used to do
it's
Nike.
because they've been doing it so long that it's probably if the clauses weren't written into the contracts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just like some of these OG boutiques where they have like all the SBs, the Nikes, and the Jordans at the same damn time.
Like fucking Premier, what's up?
Yeah, what's up,
Representing
Premier?
from Michigan.
Fucking OG.
Got Vans Syndicate and whatnot.
Yeah.
Everybody.
They got a Vans Syndicate, but they're one of the only stores that has an SB, a Jordan, and a Nike sportswear account.
But normally you
Yeah.
only get like what, the Nike.
I
and
haven't
Jordan.
been there since they remodeled, but I remember at one point they used to have a wall that was filled with SBs before they were SBs. It was all orange box SBs
Mhm.
that were part of like the displays on
Yeah.
the wall. And like
See?
that is fucking impressive.
Some of these kids don't even know that shit.
Kids don't know what an orange box
Yeah, I don't know what an orange.
No, I'm just saying, like when we used to buy like Jordans or anything of this nature, right? Like it always meant something for us. I think that's why it was very special before.
You know when it started taking a downturn though is when people started looking for trades just from the colored boxes. They didn't even care what it was.
Yeah,
They just
that's
wanted pink.
Yeah, I was
and
gonna say
black
like
boxes.
the Dooms came in the pink box and like
Yeah.
all sorts of.
No,
Some kids would just be like, "Yo, I got these J's for trade for any pink or black boxes or silver boxes."
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And then that's kind of when you.
What's
kinda
the older
know-
color box you got?
The oldest? I have an orange. I
Oh,
have
really?
an orange box. Yeah.
I think the oldest I went back was what was after.
I have these low black and white SBs. They were like one.
What was after orange? Was it pink?
Dude, mine are all gold.
It was
Is that
either.
whack?
It was either.
No, the gold was still alright.
Yeah,
Like
no,
the
it's-
Ferris Bueller's and like Dr.
Yeah,
Pepper.
No, anything. It was pretty much
I think anything after gold.
anything after gold. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
Bluer cheeks for sure.
Yeah.
Like the wingtip Janowskis, I just stopped. Like the patent leather ones.
I like those wingtip Janowskis.
Yeah, I mean I still got mine.
I fucked with those.
I got them for
actually.
half off. Shots off
I,
launch.
yeah, they were so. I was supposed to have one on hold, and that was another shoe that Miko swooped up on me.
Shouts out to Miko.
Fuck Miko, man. Every time I tell that kid that there's some store that's holding a size 9 for me, that motherfucker goes and buys it after. I'm like, yo, stop doing that shit, man. It's not cool. You know what I'm saying? Like the Bulls, when those Jordan ones, the Bulls came out, I'm like, yeah. Miko's like, yo, bro, do you know where to get them? I'm like, nah, I can't even help you, dude. I don't know. Such and such is holding a pair for me, you know? It's sorry, bro. The next thing, I go to pick up the shoes,
We
they're
got
like, oh, your
Michael
boy
K.
Miko was just in here, and he just bought them. I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
It's like yeah, these are for my girl.
Yeah, this is for my boy. I'm paying for it.
Fucking Miko, man.
Yeah, that's the move.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Brand loyalty, I think it's important. I do think it's important for people to thrive. It's just, I feel like these days it's so hard to have it because like the market is so, there's just so many brands. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's like a cult following that is desired, but I mean,
Like I have my core group of people that I'm like loyal to, brand loyal to, like I'm more loyal to them for like archival pieces that they have than some of the stuff that they put out now.
like rap specifically.
Yeah, rap specifically.
Like
I'm always looking for rap pieces, like old rap pieces, especially from like the Consume capsule. That's like my shit.
Yeah, I mean,
He was like the OG when it came to like just putting fucking logos all over shirts. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he was doing that shit a long time ago, and then it just got big the last couple of years.
See, I mean, I'm
Streetwear, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
he set the tone for real though. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
punk culture, like all sorts. And I mean, my man's cries all the time too. You know what I mean?
Sometimes you just gotta cry, man. So,
Alright, let's end it to that where brand loyalty is important, right?
so brand loyalty is important. It's also important to do research on what you decide to be loyal to.
Know your
Just-
history.
Don't just run around and fucking scream, oh, I'm fucking a Jordan head forever. Because that shit is retarded.
Yeah. You
Anybody that's been in the game long enough knows that things change. And at some point you're just gonna look foolish. You're gonna be the one guy that is gonna be talking about whatever new brand is out there, and people are gonna be like, hey, do you remember when you said you were Jordan forever until you died? You're gonna be that kid, and then people are gonna rag on you for the rest of the fucking conversation or whatever it may be.
Yeah, it was like I was saying, you know, about the brands that you used to rock and like having respect for them still. Yeah, I mean, just like keep your damn mouth shut about it. It's like the best you can do after you like make a bad choice like that.
And just keep it moving, you know, whatever you're up to next.
Hopefully
Just
not
keep it,
like
keep it moving.
Just keep it moving, man.
Fucking famous words from Julius fucking Milo over here, bro. Just keep it moving.
Just keep it moving.
But yeah, about like the cult following, they're gonna burn out, man. I mean, I don't know if Nike's ever gonna burn out. Supreme is burning out.
That's for sure.
You know, I think like
Well, Supreme's creative director just left.
again, you know. So I mean, I think
You know who his brother is? His brother is one of the owners of Grades.
with Buscemi.
Yeah.
That's-
Isn't that fucking odd?
Yeah, I mean, why would you just stick to that?
Yeah. Who knows?
I mean, I don't fuck with those Birkin bag shoes or those Birkin bag backpacks or those Birkin bag
What are those
everything.
called? Fucking
I
90
don't-
millimeters or whatever?
I don't wear. I don't know, man. I don't get those shoes. at
I'm
all.
not 2 Chainz.
Yeah, I'm not. That's exactly what it is, dude. I'm not a rapper. Okay, like I don't want to wear. They're like, and plus, how much are they? They're like $900, dude.
There's
I
one.
have yet to see a person that I respect in the fucking fashion industry wear a pair of fucking Buscemi's. It's always rappers. It's always rappers.
What else could you get with that 900? You know, I mean,
A shit ton of stuff. I'd rather just pay an extra $300 and buy a pair of Ramones.
I think it just ties in with understanding what others have to offer.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
like
yeah.
if we're just talking like Nike versus Adidas again, you know what I mean? It could be Buscemi versus everything else that has a $900 price point.
Yeah.
And again, like, you know, we were about to talk about like how, you know, price points get raised and like respect is then lost.
Yeah, yeah. But we'll save that for the next video.